Hello, and this is Games on TV here today, and this is episode 2 actually of the predictions for FIFA 14. And today we will be doing Chelsea FC, and as you see there, the Chelsea team set out. So we're going to start and go with Big Peter Cech. Right, he didn't have the best of seasons, Peter Cech, but he didn't do terrible. So I put him down by 1 to an 83 rated, still rare, and he's a decent goalkeeper, but he went down by 1. Next is Branislav Ivanovic. Now, this guy had a really good start to the season, but towards the end he started lacking a bit. In that shows inconsistency, and that's why I've moved him down by 1 rating. And I don't think right back is his best position because he's not very fast. John Terry, terrible season. He's been injured for quite a lot of it. He's went down to an 82, which I think it's about time because he's starting to lose his skill that he used to have as a defender and his tactical positioning and all that. Next is Gary Cahill, who I think had an alright season. So I put him up by 1, but I've left him as a non-rare because I don't feel that he's a special enough player, if you want to call that, to be a rare player. Ashley Cole, another one who's had a disappointing season, overtook basically by Ryan Bertrand, who's on the bench, as you'll see in a minute. So I put him down by 1, and this isn't because of age, this is just because I don't think that they've been performing as good as they can do. And then an upgrade, we've got David Luiz from centre back to centre defence mid, and he's won it by 3, and he's now a rare player. And I think David Luiz has been an absolute amazing player this season for Chelsea, and definitely the best improved, and especially in the Europa League, he's shown massive confidence. So he's a defensive midfielder, not a centre back. And there he is with Ramirez, his Brazilian partner. Ramirez, I've kept him the same. He's just had an average season, I would say. Right, next we've got Hazard. Hazard, he's been good in some games, he's been bad in others, he's been on and off, he hasn't got full games. I don't know if that's down to him or Rafael Benitez, but he hasn't performed as well as I thought he would have. So he's went from an 87 to an 86, which I think is still fair because he's a brilliant player, so 86 rated. Then on the other side we've got Mata, who I think's done exactly the opposite. He's went from an 86 to an 87 because he's been absolutely brilliant and he's led the team through the matches that they've needed help in. And he's been a really, really strong point in the team. Next is Fernando Torres. Obviously this season people have been taking the mick up Torres throughout the whole season, making jokes about him all the time because of him missing chances and having a bad season. But to be honest, he's still a quality player in my opinion, and I think that EA realise that, and they're going to keep him as an 84 rated player, just 1 lower than what he already was. I think that's what they'll do. And then the big man up top, Chelsea are reportedly paying 50 million or 45 million for Edison Cavani in all of the papers at the moment. This is the guy that is linked with Chelsea. He would be a massive signing for the club and a massive addition to the Premier League. 87 rated, I've put him as. Wow. On the bench now, Andre Schürrle. Chelsea have bought him. I've got 91 pace, he's a 4-star skiller, an 80 rated left winger, and I think he's going to be a pretty decent player actually. Next is Frank Lampard, who I put up to an 85 because I think that this season he's been absolutely phenomenal for Chelsea, and I'm sure that everyone else will agree that scoring over 202 goals or something, what was it? Something like that. He's been a record and he's been an absolute tank this season, and I think he deserves to go back up to an 85. Next is Oscar. He's had a pretty good season. He's still only young though, and I think he needs some more experience. That's why I put him up by 1. Right, Bertrand, he's the next one. I think he's been a really good player, and he's filling in perfectly after Ashley Cole. I think he's going to be a really strong left back after Ashley Cole. So that's why I've moved him from a silver to a gold, but not a rare yet. He's not developed enough into the senior team. And then finally Demba Ba, who I think's had a really good season. That's why I've moved him up by 1 as well. I think that since he's joined from Newcastle, he's just shown really just how to play as a striker, and he's been battling out with Torres quite a lot. So leave in the comments your opinions of this team, and if you think any of that players will be added or sold, or if you think I'm wrong with any of the opinions. Um, don't take any of this to offence. If you feel that a player should be higher rated or lower rated, just say in the comments below. Don't get angry or anything. Just what I think the players will be next year. So once again, thanks for watching. This has been Joe and Games on TV, and join us next time as we'll be exploring the Manchester City predictions for next year. Peace.